Hi everybody, we're back again. This time we're going to look at the X-Men. So we're going to hit X marks the spot and let's see what kind of goodies we have here for all X-Men goodies. And we start off here with the reprint book. This was Amazing Adventures, which reprinted some of the earlier X-Men issues. So this is the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby era, and I don't know how far this one went. So I only have a handful of those. It's 4, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I only have 4 issues, so I don't know how long this went on. I don't think it went on for all that long. This is a Marvel Milestone edition of X-Men 1. That one's a little beat up.
What's the milestone?
It's just a special reproduction.
Right, but which milestone is it?
It's X-Men number 1.
What number of years is it?
It's just a representing of X-Men number 1. That's it.
Oh, okay.
So this is another copy of number 1 that's in good shape, better shape. And this is X-Men 9, which this is the first battle between the Mighty Avengers and the Uncanny X-Men.
I had assumed that it was a like a milestone of number of years or something.
Could be the 30th, I'm not sure. I think they just had that milestone editions coming out. This is a reprint of X-Men 137, which is the end of the Phoenix saga, which is a pretty big deal, and its original is a pretty pricey issue. I wish I had the original, but I don't. So that's it. As a matter of fact, this is one of the earliest X-Men issues. I do have 143, which looks like it's the... I don't know if this is a Byrne issue. I don't know if it is a John Byrne issue.
It's probably... Oh, you probably can't.
Terry Austin. He's
oh, yeah, that's a Terry Austin.
He's an inker. I don't know if he might have done the art. It kind of looks like John Byrne-esque.
It says 1980, by the way.
Yeah, I don't remember what issue it was that he left the X-Men, but oh, let's see. I flipped 147. Anyway, so here's X-Men 144. That does look like John Byrne art on the cover. But yeah, that's X-Men 144. And here's X-Men 152. I think by now we're definitely into the Dave Cockrum X-Men. I think it was Dave Cockrum anyway. But anyway, there's 156. And here's a copy of X-Men 159. 161. And you may notice as you're watching this that I'm being a little quieter about these comics, and that's because I never really was a big X-Men fan, so I don't know a ton about these issues. But
you're still providing some interesting facts, though.
That's good. Yep. So here's 163. Now 164, I do know something about. This is Binary, I think is this character's name. I think this is Carol Danvers, who also was Ms. Marvel and eventually
Captain
Marvel. But I think this is her being binary. So they've kind of done a lot of things with her, and I actually have 2 copies of that, which is nice. There's 165. I think John Romita Jr. might be coming soon in the X-Men. So this is 166. I think there's something noteworthy about this issue, but I can't remember what it was for the sake of... but it is a double-sized issue, so... And here's 167.
Okay.
169. It says, in a moment the X-Men will arrive. They'll be too late. This angel fallen. So I think there might have been a crossover event or something, but I can't remember exactly. So 170. Now we're definitely into the John Romita Jr. era. So here we go again. Welcome to the X-Men Rogue. Hope you survive the experience, which is kind of humorous because that seemed to be a catchphrase for the X-Men. Claremont and his catchphrases.
Who's Claremont?
The writer of the X-Men for the long time. All of these issues that I'm talking about now were written by Chris Claremont. There's a copy 173, 174. So I have a fairly...
They're uncanny, apparently.
Yes. 176. And then we jump to 193, which is a special double-sized issue, the 100th anniversary of the all-new X-Men. So this Thunderbird character died, I believe, in X-Men 94, and it's actually seemingly one of the few characters that actually remained dead.
When they say double-sized, do they mean like it's twice as many pages?
Yes.
Okay.
195. So this is closing in on 200s, and of course, 201 is a noteworthy issue. I believe that this is the first appearance of Nathan Summers, I think, who turns out to be Cable. I think he's a baby in this issue or something. Like I said, I'm not not good with the X-Men, so I think that's what's special about this issue. So here's 207, a great Wolverine cover. 209, Colossus. Now 210 is a great cover with Colossus and the X-Men and Wolverine ready to scrap. So
Come on, mess with us.
yeah.
Make our day.
214. So I skip over the whole Mutant Massacre thing. 211, 212, 213, unfortunately, which I think that's what those issues were. But anyway, here's X-Men 216. No, that's 218. Sorry. 219. Welcome to the X-Men, Havoc. Hope you survive. Good old X-Men.
So that guy is still, Chris, whatever his name is still the
Chris
writer.
Claremont is still the writer. Very, very long run he had. This is a double-sized anniversary issue. 226, Fall of the Mutants. 227, 228, 230, 231. So at this point, I'm probably just going to be calling out numbers. So these are just X-Men in the 230s. So there's 235, 237. Here's an Inferno crossover, 242. And there's X Factor, who are the original X-Men, not to be confused with the current state of the X-Men. 245.
Do they change the heroes that are included in the X-Men over the years?
Oh yeah, yeah. Enter the Master Mold. 247. So here's 248, a noteworthy issue. Jim Lee's first issue on the X-Men. So collectors would definitely be interested in that, and I'm lucky enough to have 2 of those. Here's 249, 252. This is 253. So these are just 254, 256, 257. That's 259. So now we're into 260s. 260, 264. Here's 265. And here's 267, I believe the second appearance of Gambit. And if anyone is wondering, I do have a copy of 266, first appearance of Gambit, which is slabbed. So if you have any questions about that, or
Slabbed like the Dungeons and Dragons monster, or
no, slabbed like in a plastic, slabbed in a plastic case. I think it has a 9.8 grade or 9.6. It's got a good grade though. Anyway.
Oh, is that a term for describing comic books?
No, it's a term for when comic books are graded and then put inside a hard plastic case to make sure they stay that grade.
Technically, yes, but like with more nuance.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. Comic book fans would know that term. This is a noteworthy issue. I think it's it says on the cover Wolverine, Captain America, and Black Widow together again for the first time. That apparently they fought together around the time of World War II or something like that. I don't know, but so anyway, that's an interesting one. So now we're into the 270s of X-Men. So I'm just going to flip through them. This is 273. There's 275. That's a double-sized issue again. 275. I have a couple of those. 276. It's 277. So I have a near consecutive run really at this point, plus multiple copies. 278. 279, 280. Let's get here's 281. This is when they kind of relaunched the X-Men, and I believe that John Byrne was involved with this issue. So I have 281. I have a lot of those with the red X-Men letters and the white X-Men letters. I thought there were some copies of
those are the same issue?
Yep, they're all 281. So I have a whole lot of that. 282 with the gold background. I believe this is the first appearance of Bishop, which is a noteworthy issue. So this is the original copy.
His name is Bishop.
And then there's these with the gold background, I believe. And here's a True Believer copy of 282, which is a reprint. Here's 283. And then we finished the box. Here's 284, a couple of copies of that. So as you can see, the early issues I don't have a ton of, but I do have a pretty good selection. I have multiple copies of a lot in the 250s, 260s, and into the 280s. So if any of that stuff is of interest to you, or you want to hear more about X-Men, I do have more, and I will make another video at some point with more X-Men. But for now, That is Uncanny X-Men. And if you have any questions or if you have any issues you would like to try to purchase, I can make an auction for you. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.